So this is breakfast today. It's a cheeseburger with bacon and cheddar in the patty, and I added a fried egg to it. I was just grabbing a cheeseburger. So I made one for breakfast. Hey, good morning. Just had some breakfast. I had that burger that I just showed. Um, I don't think I mentioned in the video that I took earlier that it was keto, but it was keto. It's keto friendly. Um, the burger, pretty sure it has 0 carbs in it. Pretty sure because I'm pretty sure that's what I read on the label. But thinking about the ingredients, it also seems like it would be 0 carb. It's just primarily beef. I mean, who knows what else they put in it? It was a frozen patty, beef and bacon and cheddar. They're actually I got them from Aldi's, and they're actually pretty good. Um, Pretty well priced also. I think they're Angus. Not that that really speaks to the quality because I'm sure I don't think they were organic, so I doubt they were farm raised or anything like that. You have to be careful with that stuff because packaging might have the green fonts and look organic and say I forget what some bacon I bought from Aldi's. So like natural, no hormones, and sometimes you just kind of assume that means it's organic, but it's actually not. But anyway, today I just wanted to talk about emotional intelligence. And I'm definitely not an expert in this area. I don't claim to be, but I can still talk about it from my own experiences and what I think from those experiences and what I've dealt with in my life. Just to preface this, also, this is not about any particular person. I'm not mad at anyone, nothing like that. This is just information that I think is good to be aware of for both parties involved, um, or all parties. I'm just talking about like a conversation you would have with someone. So usually it's just two people. Um, but I did some googling on like the actual I don't think you call it definition, but like there's some bullets that make up emotional intelligence. So those are self awareness, self regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Um, so, like self awareness uh, is the ability to realize you. It's the ability to realize if you're being biased. Like, it's the ability to realize that perhaps the way that you've grown up or certain experiences that you've had have made you biased to something. Um, to elaborate on that further, it's just like if you're, um, what's the word? Prejudice, prejudice toward something based on your experiences. So it's the ability to realize that about yourself, self awareness. Um, I think that I think self awareness is obviously required for the empathy. I'm skipping a few bullets when I go down to empathy, but I just want to talk about empathy because this definitely relates to self awareness. I think to have empathy, you have to be self aware. Because self awareness, I think that create, or in order to be self aware, I think you have to be very emotionally intelligent. Because, like, even with myself, I tell myself that I am aware of some things, my biases, and just other ways I think based on how I was raised or my own experiences. It's like I feel like I'm aware, but at the same time, they're so ingrained. They're hard to recognize sometimes. Um, but obviously, no one is perfect at emotional intelligence. I realize that. Like I said earlier, I'm not an expert in this. I'm not perfect either. So I'm still learning. Um, but empathy is understanding how someone else feels and they're feeling from their perspective. Um, so it's the ability to, I won't say read someone because we can't read each other's minds, but for example, and this is also kind of why I'm creating this video. If I tell you I'm losing weight or I'm working out, and hey, that, as we've seen from the videos that I made, that doesn't always go perfectly. Um, but like if someone tells you this and you comment, you respond with something that isn't positive, then I think you probably need to work on your empathy, which also goes in hand with self-awareness. Um, and I'm not, when I say that, I'm not telling you that I think people should lie and tell you something positive. Um, I think honesty is the best way to go about any type of relationship. Um, but if someone's trying to lose weight, you should only, a mosquito landed on my phone. In my opinion, you should only offer positive support. Um, if you tell someone you're not doing very well, or I think you could do better, I don't notice it in you, I think you're actually chubbier, it's like none of that helps. It's like, okay, you can be open with someone. You might have that relationship to where you think, oh, you won't offend this person by being honest, or you feel like you have to be honest because you're close to this person. I don't believe that's necessarily true, because I think sometimes if you're empathetic, you realize where this person is coming from. You realize how difficult it is for the person to lose weight. And I think if you were emotionally intelligent, you would realize these things and you would offer nothing but support. So whether that means if you feel like you're lying to the person, I guess so be it. You don't have to necessarily lie. I don't think it's lying to say something positive. It's like you have to find somewhere in your mind to come up with something positive to tell the person. If it's not positive, then you're not helping that person. I mean, it's as simple as that. You're not helping that person. You're only pulling them down. And some people, I mean, obviously, some people don't realize what they're doing because they're not emotionally intelligent. It's like I am working on understanding that. Um, I think someone who's not emotionally intelligent probably never got that support in their life, so they don't really know how to respond or act in a supporting way. So it's like you can't blame that person. You just have to not let it bother you, and ultimately not look for support or motivation in people. I think with weight loss, I think to do this long term, you have to find your own motivation. You can't depend on motivation. You have to be disciplined. You have to constantly discipline yourself. You have to constantly overthrow those thoughts of just wanting to be lazy and do nothing. Um, it's like this constant battle with your mind. um, so, the next one is self regulation, manage your emotions. I don't really know. Like, this kind of sounds to me that you would maybe blurt something out in response to someone because you can't manage your emotions. Like, I just automatically think of someone having a bad temper, like not being able to control their temper and saying something that they might regret. Um, I feel like maybe I can't relate to this one. I'm not trying to be arrogant when I say that because well, I don't know. I don't have a temper. I say that, but I know there are times when I have had a temper, and I don't know. Just like in those moments, I regret doing something, doing whatever I did during that moment. So, yeah, we all struggle with managing our emotions. It's difficult to realize your emotions and not let them cloud your judgment. I think emotions can override your rational behavior. Um, for me, thinking about this, emotions that I think I struggle controlling are um, maybe the emotion of like happiness. Like if I'm not happy, then I tend to stray off the diet typically, and I let my emotions kind of self sabotage. But I don't know if that would really be related to this because this is emotional intelligence. So I think for emotional intelligence, you just have to manage your emotions and realize that, I guess, for example, if someone says something that you don't agree with, um, and maybe they're a friend, if you don't agree with it, you can either get angry and lash out at them, or you can realize that emotion and realize that you don't know everything this other person has been through, their lives, and the reason for them thinking this way. You can realize that and try to further converse with the person and just try to learn more about them, more about the topic. So I think that is probably a better definition of self regulation. The next one is motivation, ability to stay motivated. Um, yeah, as I said earlier, motivation is great. I think motivation can help initially. Like, say, if you did want to go to the gym, maybe you could use some sort of success image or think about your goal to motivate you to go to the gym. But I think behind motivation is discipline. Because, like, in order to motivate yourself, you have to know, let's say, the step of thinking about your success image or goal. Takes discipline to create those habits of being able to pull yourself into a motivated state. Um, and motivation is, in my opinion, only temporary. So I think behind all motivation is discipline. And I think ultimately discipline is what is lasting. Um, then the next one, or the last one, is social skills. Social skills, kind of like self awareness, it also plays into empathy. Um, I think in order to have good social skills, you have to understand, yeah, you have to be empathetic to the other person and realize where they're coming from and how they might feel. Like if someone tells you, hey, I just lost a bunch of weight, it's like you should know that they're happy in their mind. They feel like they've accomplished a lot, which they probably have. So anything other than also feeling excited and happy and congratulating them should not be said if it's not that. So I think empathy and social skills is vital, honestly. Um, if someone, I think, if a regular person is excited about something and tells you, hey, look at this, it's so great, and you just offer something that pulls them down or drags them down, they're not going to want to tell you anything. They're not going to want to socialize with you if you. Okay, maybe it's one thing to not offer support, but if you offer something that is the opposite of support, it makes them feel inferior or that they're not actually doing that great. It's like there's no reason for them to be motivated to communicate with you. And that's social skills. If you want good friendships, relationships with whomever, significant other, family, it's like you have to learn social skills. You have to learn, you have to be empathetic to these people. It's like a child coming to you and saying, hey, look at this, I don't know, a Lego set that I just built. Isn't it great? If you nitpick and say, oh, well, you did this wrong, or, I don't know, colors don't look great, maybe you could do a better job. It's like that's going to reinforce that the kid just isn't really capable of doing something good. Um, so I think emotional intelligence is vital. So anyway, like I said earlier, the reason why I made this video was just because, well, like I said, it's not about any particular person, but there's been, not just recently, like all throughout my life, there's been times when, in weight loss, I wanted someone's support, their emotional support, their motivation, and sometimes you don't get what you're looking for. Um, so I think I want to be more aware myself of why people may say something that isn't supportive. I think the receiving party, like myself, I think you have to be emotionally intelligent to know that maybe the support you're looking for can't be given by another person. It has to be created from within yourself. You have to motivate yourself. You really cannot depend on anyone um, to give you exactly what you're looking for, I feel. So I think it's vital to be emotionally intelligent, to not depend on people for that. And at the same time, I think people should be more emotionally intelligent to at least offer support. And you don't have to be lying. You don't have to feel like you're not being authentic with a person. It's like you can authentically decide to offer support and help motivate someone by thinking of something positive to say. It doesn't have to be negative. So I think for both sides of the conversation, I think more emotional intelligence has to be just worked on. I guess it has to be. You have to progress yourself into being more emotionally intelligent. So anyway, I guess that's about everything I wanted to talk about. Maybe I'll think of some other stuff to add later. But if you have any comments to this topic, let me know. Yeah, I think that'll be it for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, so I just made it to the gym. Really didn't feel like going today, but then I thought about the new shoes and clothes I bought, and I'm like, I'm gonna go work out and use those new clothes. I'm doing chest today. So this is dinner for today. It's 2 tacos, low carb. I use the egg wraps from Aldi. I put sour cream down. Then the meat, lettuce, tomato, onion, cheese, guacamole, and a little hot sauce. I'm going to dig in.